50, 45. There goes Davis. Oh, my God. Davis is going to run it all the way back. Auburn's going to win the football game. Auburn's going to win the football game. He ran the missed field goal back. He ran it back 109 yards. They're not going to keep him off the field tonight. Holy cow. Oh, my God. Auburn wins. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl. Auburn has won the Iron Bowl in the most unbelievable fashion you will ever see.
Oh, welcome in, everyone, to a brand new edition of The Dream Wager, episode 591. Today is Wednesday, November 19th, 2025. Kid, we got a lot to talk about before, but good to be with you. How you doing today? Cold one today.
Yeah, it's been cold all week, for the people that be commuting early morning. Little snow. Not much, nothing serious, but something to worry about. If it's already a little shower of snow pre-Thanksgiving, that means come January might be a zoo. So
that's what they're saying. They're saying gear up for a very cold winter this year here on the Northeast.
It was cold last year. As long as it ain't snowing, we'll be all right.
I was telling my girl, because we're going to the Ravens game at the bank, and she goes, "Oh, what should I wear?" I said, "Dress warm."
For some reason, the bank is cold.
The bank is brick.
Maryland's usually warmer.
Yeah, nah, it's colder, honestly.
It's cold, yeah.
So I told her, I was like, relax. I was like, just don't dress anything nice. You're going to a football game. Dress warm.
Warm.
Yeah. But we got a great episode for you guys. We'll recap Sunday Night Football, the snoozer of Monday. We got some players I do want to touch on before we get to our power rankings, but we got week 11 power rankings. Interested to see where yours are at. Thursday Night Football, we got a good game between the Texans and the Bills tomorrow night. And then short slate on a Thursday for the NBA, only 4 games, but we'll touch that towards the end of the show. But we'll go in chronological order. Your dog does not come home. I'm telling you, it's Jared Goff in the cold, and we cannot back him. 16-9, Eagles get it done at the bank. Not the best performance from Jalen Hurts, but he didn't turn the ball over. Only 1 sack. I think they ran the ball collectively with Tank Bigsby. Saquon had a pretty good game. Ugly, but a win is a win.
That's the perfect way to summarize the game. Ugly, but a win is a win. To be honest, it's kind of been the Eagles' identity all season long, winning these nip and tuck games. The only one, honestly, that they lost was the Denver Broncos. Every low-scoring nip and tuck game, they come out in the winning end. So this was just an Eagles type of win this season. For the Lions, I'm kind of surprised how poorly, offensively they look. Wasn't able to establish the run. Jahmyr Gibbs, 12 carries, under 40 yards. David Montgomery didn't do much. Cheryl Gibbs, he had a good game receiving, but, Amon St. Brown held to 2 receptions, only 40 yards. Give credit to that Eagles secondary. Not for nothing. Nick Fangio needs to get a little more credit for that defense still, because for 2 seasons now, they've been consistent top 10 defense. Some people will say they might be a top 5 defense at this very moment. So I just got to give credit to that defense for slowing down a powerhouse offense in the Detroit Lions. And not for nothing, for the defensive side for the Lions, I think they did their job. Jalen Hurts, 34 QBR, only 135 passing. I understand Saquon he had a better night than usual, but he didn't hurt you. He didn't really gash you. Longest run of the night was Tank Bigsby, 17 yards. So defensively, I think the Lions played well enough to win the game. It's just give credit to the Eagles defense. So 8-2 on top of the NFC. I think the Eagles right now, I understand it might not be like the sexiest matchups, but still, I think there's no doubt the Eagles might just be the team to beat in the NFC.
Yeah, them or the Rams. Those are my 1 and 2.
Rams looking good now.
Rams look good, and so do the Philadelphia Eagles. I was looking at their schedule, and they have a hard schedule. I don't know who's going to come into the link and beat them. I really don't know.
That's it.
The Broncos, and that's it. You mentioned the defense. I agree. For the past 2 years, they start a little slow, but once Vic Fangio makes some adjustments, they lock down. They stop the run with Jalen Carter. Jalen Phillips looks amazing on that defense. He fits right in. I was watching the game, and I was like, fuck them. I was like, I was so mad because I was like, he fits perfect for them. He had a connection with Vic Fangio. It's his former DC. He fits right in. So that it's going to be hard to move the ball. Is it so much that who would you give more credit to, the Eagles defense, or was it just a bad game in the cold for Jared Goff in the offense?
I'm gonna say the defense, just because they kind of shut down the running game as well. Jared Goff still had a decent day passing. He had, I think, over 250 yards.
Yeah.
Touchdown to Jameis Williams. It's just they were never ever establish anything consistent. Besides the one Jalen Williams touchdown drive, they were going nowhere.
That was it.
What's it?
Yeah.
So I think we got to give credit to the defense. I understand the Lions possibly due for a bad game, whatever. We just saw the tough loss to Minnesota a couple of weeks ago, so they lost 2 out of their last 3. If I'm a Lions fan, I'm not too worried about it, but maybe Jared Goff on the road, and maybe not as good as it was last year. Maybe they're missing Ben Johnson just a little bit in these nip-and-tuck games. So,
are you surprised he went for it every time on 4th down? Because I think hindsight, he was getting criticized the next morning because obviously he got stopped. But say he converts half of them, I don't think they're calling for his head. I like the aggressiveness, and that is the way he is wired, Dan Campbell. I guess the way I would say, there's a time and place. You don't need to go for it every single time.
No, I agree on that deal, but this is what they're cut off. This is what their team is. So I'm not mad at him. Am I surprised? But I absolutely not. What I would have went for it every single time on the Sunday night game in November? No. But, why not? This is possibly a matchup you're going to most likely have down the road if you have a chance to represent the NFC. Why not, give some of these things out the way now, see if we can execute them? Because at the end of the Eagles is top defense. Mm-hmm. So why not try some of those things on the Eagles defense? But if you're asking me if I would have went for it every single time, the answer is no.
Yeah. And I agree with what you said earlier. I thought Detroit played good enough, but the offense they stalled out a lot of drives. And I think that's the reason they lost. A.J. Brown's still not happy. You could tell. I mean, the media came out. He said he wasn't happy. They started giving him more targets. He's actually getting more targets this year than last year. And, winning a chip is cool and all. I just think personally, and I could be totally wrong, I just don't think he enjoys the way this offense is being played with his role. Gun to your head, because I don't think he's an Eagle next year. Do you think he's in Philadelphia next year?
No, just because the offense has been different this year. Let's just start there. He's not getting the amount of targets. He's clearly not happy. And not for nothing, in the preseason, I said, watch A.J. Brown get dealt come trade deadline. And I was wrong, but I'm kind of surprised it didn't happen.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't know you stopped there, but yeah, I guess I wasn't. I guess I was, but I trust Howie, the GM, and I just think he could replace A.J. Brown. I think he's going to wind up going somewhere.
Yes, Devontae Smith is considered a number one in a lot of people's eyes, and I do consider him as a number one. But I feel like without A.J. Brown, even though it doesn't really tell the story this year offensively, maybe this team could keep winning games without A.J. Brown this year. But moving forward,
I just don't think they won it in the locker room either. You could tell he doesn't like Jalen Hurts. You could just tell. No, I believe that.
He doesn't enjoy playing with him as much.
He doesn't hang out with Jalen Hurts.
You don't know this, Bill.
You know Jackson Dart and Cam Scatterboo like each other. They're boys. Jalen Hurts, they don't fuck with each other. Monday night, Cowboys get the win 4-5-1. They get the win over the Las Vegas Raiders. This is another sad, bad vibe team. I think Pete Carroll's gone. Truthfully, I think he might be gone after this year. It has been bad. I tried to be positive in the summer in our future episode and be like, they could win 4 or 5 games. I tried to stick up for Chip Kelly, the highest OC. He is not good. Geno Smith has regressed. He throws a pick every fucking game.
He's the NFL. He has more interceptions than touchdowns, by the way.
The only two people that I like on the team is Brock Bowers and Max Crosby. They're fucking good. Outside of that, I'm gonna wait for Ashawn Gentry just because the offensive line is garbage. Like I want to see a little more out of him before I make my final call. I don't know if he's bad yet, but he's obviously not having a good year. They don't have a good offensive line. He's getting hit in the backfield every single play. And that safety that they had late in the game in the fourth quarter, he almost got out of the end zone. Like he has no shot at making anything good. So I don't think it's fair to criticize him here in year one, but it's not a good team. And the only two people that I think are good are Brock Bowers and Max Crosby.
To be honest, I think the Raiders are just a bad team right now. Geno Smith, I'm on record for the past 6 weeks, 5 weeks possibly, saying I just want somebody to have faith in me like Pete Carroll and the Raiders have in Geno Smith because he's been awful this year. And we all are huge Geno guys on this show. You could go back on 100 episodes. We were rooting for Geno Smith.
Yeah, I am actually a Geno fan.
Yeah. This year, Geno, you just had a bad year, and that's okay. Hopefully next year you bounce back. But let's start with the Raiders still. I think Chip Kelly, we all like Chip Kelly. I know you do, the Ohio State. But what was up with the game plan, Dill? I think the first 15 plays, 13 passes, 2 rush attempts.
They can't run the ball.
I understand that, but you got to be somewhat balanced. This is the Cowboys defense, Dill. It's not like, Cowboys defense is bottom 10?
6 carries for 7 yards.
I understand that. It wasn't great, but Dill, how you start the game, 13 out of your 15 plays are passes.
I think what it is watching it and like when they show Chip in the booth, he has no confidence in that offensive line.
Maybe, but why not at least try to establish it a little more? Why not give it a little more shots? Like I said, I'm going to go back to it again. I think the first 13 out of the 15 plays, you passed the ball. Geno Smith leads the NFL in interceptions. You think that's a recipe for success? I don't think so. I understand the Cowboys secondary ain't the greatest, but to me, you should have ran the ball a little more with Gentry. I understand, though, 6 for 7 is not great. Having all the kids up there. But it's not great. The running game was not there. Geno led the team with 14 yards, but I must give some of the blame to Chip Kelly. I think the play calling could have been a little better, to be honest. And real quick, for all the Cowboys, I'm not going to just say fans, but for all the noise out there saying, Cowboys, look good. You're a 4-5-1 team. I think you're right now in the 10th seed. I hope y'all can make a run. I hope Quentin Williams, who did look good. He
did more sacks than one. And the whole
did look good in his debut. I'll give you that. Yes, George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb might be one of the best duos in all of football. I understand that. But you're 4-5-1. Let's just relax a little bit, Dallas. You did have a good Monday night performance. Your defense looked better than it has all season long. Those are true. But you play the Raiders. Let's just be real. You played the Raiders. So shout out Dallas. Quentin Williams did look good offensively. Dak looked good. The whole offense looked good. But it was the Raiders. So let's just relax a little bit, Dallas. Hopefully you can make a playoff push. But till then, let's just take it easy. It was the Raiders.
Thoughts on Schottenheimer and his first year, because I think he has a good connection with the players. And I'll tell you why. Because, the first series, we didn't see George Pickens or CD. They got sat the first series because they got benched because I think they missed curfew or missed the meeting. They were out in Vegas having fun. So I don't blame them. But my thing is, when they got asked about it after the game, they said, oh, no, I think we wanted to start the game running the ball really well. And CD started smirking. So I think Schottenheimer has a good connection with his team and, his players respect him. Obviously they're not, and I agree with what you were saying earlier. Relax. You're 4-5. You're not going to the playoffs, in my opinion, and you beat one of the bottom 5 teams.
They're in the hunt, but other than that, relax.
The hunt is crazy. We say this every year, though.
It's the truth. Like you tell me, the facts are the facts, right? So,
but what do you think about Schottenheimer and I think the connection with the players?
Personally, I think he's doing a better job than I anticipated. I'll be honest on that one. Do I think he has a solid relationship with his players? I do. Is the defense getting better throughout this season? I do. Has the offense been, to be honest, the top 10 offense all season long? Yes, it has been. So I think he's doing a pretty good job. The defense was a little better. Let's not forget. Let's go back to week 1, though. If CeeDee Lamb don't drop those balls, the Dallas Cowboys win that game week 1. Mm-hmm. You saw it,
against the Eagles.
Against the Eagles. So, they had some games, and this is why I also give them some fault, because there's some games in the schedule that you should have won as well. Like, there's no reason you had no business losing at Carolina. Yes, maybe the loss is a little more respectable now, but if you're a Dallas Cowboy team, you shouldn't be losing to to Carolina. You shouldn't be
Arizona either.
That's my next team. You shouldn't be losing at home on Monday night against Arizona Cardinals either. So you could add those 2 wins right there. You could flip it, and this Dallas Cowboys team will be different. We'll be talking about them differently. But at the end of the day, they're a 4-5 team that happened to lose to Carolina Panthers and the Arizona Cardinals.
We do get there with the prop, though. Dak due for 4 touchdowns. George Pickens went over his. CeeDee Lamb didn't go over his. Jake Ferguson didn't go over his catches. He didn't have the best game either. They didn't need him. They couldn't guard George Pickens.
Dude, how many times did I hit George Pickens over on this show?
I don't know, but he's gone over like at least. I don't have the numbers right in front of me, but he's been
9 out of 10 games.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 games. By the way, I was looking while you were talking. Can you guess, according to FPI and the analytics, ESPN analytics, what percent chance do you think the Cowboys have to make the playoffs?
Percent chance?
Yeah.
Without me looking at the standings, I'm gonna say 9.4.
Very good. Between a 7 and 10% chance. So the numbers are the numbers. They are not going to make the playoffs. I'm going out on a limb. Put it in a quote card. The Cowboys will not make the playoffs this year.
Their next 3 games are tough. I think they're
very tough.
The Eagles, the Chiefs.
Did you hit your prop, by the way?
No,
I
took Ferguson over 30-something yards.
Yeah, he had 16. Yeah, 4 catches for 16 yards.
Just took George Pickens. I said, you know what? I like George Pickens, but I'm going to go somewhere else.
Brock Bowers went over as well. So we hit a bunch of the ones that we said, but not the official ones. So
yeah, I got this minus 3.5.
Yeah, good call.
After first quarter was never a doubt.
Yeah, I mean
1-1 on the night.
Hey, you'll break even when you can. All right, so some news I really want to talk about before we get into our power rankings. I went back, I saw the spit.
What was it, a loogie?
Yes.
Okay.
Now he did appeal. It got denied. Thank God. So he is suspended this week against your Patriots. So lucky you. $507,000 game check he's missing. Whew. That's a tough one. But he could afford to miss that. He's good. I guess off the bat, when did spitting become like cool or like a thing again? Because forget his talent. He's arguably a top 3 receiver in the league. I don't doubt that at all. But like his character, why are we spitting? Like, all jokes aside, like that has to be the most dehumanizing thing someone could do. And honestly, I feel Jalen Ramsey. Like when he said the game was over, in his mind, there's no football. I'm putting my hands on you. And I agree with that. Like, you dehumanized me as a man. You disrespected me in front of my peers. And to be honest, it's on site, not just right then and there. These guys, you know how many 7-on-7s and workouts they probably do in the offseason? I guarantee you when Jalen Ramsey sees him, it's on site. You cannot. If I'm Jalen Ramsey, I probably would do the same thing. Like, honestly, that's a lame move. Like, I like Jamar Chase as a player. I think he's a hell of a talent, arguably one of the best receivers in the league. But you're lame for spitting on someone like that. That's lame, bro. Like, I don't care. You're frustrated. You're angry. Box. How many celebrities we see Ocho Cinco Chad Johnson and James Harrison about to box in February? If you got a problem, yeah, they're gonna box. If you got a James Harrison from Pittsburgh Steelers, they're gonna box.
Why Ocho doing that?
Because Ocho came out and said, I could fuck you up. And James Harrison laughed at him. He said, yo, I am not playing with you, my bro. I will fuck you. And it got into a whole thing. God bless Chad Johnson.
Oh, man.
But anyway, like, if you, like, man to man, if you got a problem with me, you're not going to spit on me. You're going to have to just see me. Like, when did that be? I guess my question to you is, when did that become cool? And I guess the statement is like, you're lame for that. That's a lame thing to do.
I'm not sure when did it become cool. Definitely more reoccurring.
Growing up, sorry to cut you off. Growing up watching football, I never saw someone spit on someone. We've had 2 this year.
Yeah, honestly, even like I think maybe younger generation. I'm not sure what it is still, but spitting on somebody is definitely you should never spit on anybody. Let's just start right there. And I think Jamar Chase, first of all, any NFL player is above that. I think you gotta set an example. You gotta be an example. You gotta be a role model. Jamar Chase is arguably the best wide receiver in football. So I think it was just a bad moment. Is the suspension worthy? Yeah, to be honest, too many cameras, and to be honest, if there's one player to suspend or spinning somebody on 4K, you got to make an example of Jamar Chase. Because if you suspend Jamar Chase, that means everybody else, you better not spin on somebody because you would be suspended a game, if not more. Like I said, Jamar Chase is arguably the best wide receiver in football. Every wide receiver in football got put on notice with that suspension. Don't let that happen again. So I hope every NFL player and every pro athlete across the board gets the memo. You shouldn't be spitting on other players. If you really want to disrespect somebody that much, get suspended. Just punch them dead in the face.
Yeah. At least, I would respect you more.
As a man, you could respect that. You spitting on another man with a helmet on.
Like, that's lame. You could admit that's lame. And my thing was, you mentioned the 4K. I'm glad you brought that up because he said after the game, I didn't spit on him. Why are you lying?
He said I never opened my mouth to that man.
When you lie and you got, like you said, all those 4, I think they got 5K cameras at this point. When they got all those cameras, why lie? Like that's weird behavior to me as well. And honestly, I think Jalen Ramsey should have one spit where he doesn't get suspended for. No, he should be able to spit on him.
Oh, you can't. 2 wrongs don't make it right.
Okay, at least you should be able to punch somebody or jam someone.
Jalen Ramsey, I don't know if he got fined or anything, but he doesn't deserve
no suspension.
He deserves no type of discipline.
I wanted to talk about that because you guys are playing them. How does it feel to have the easiest schedule and not have to play against Jamar Chase as well? I'm not saying that. Critics are saying that.
Well, first of all, we did beat with Jacoby Brissett the Bengals last year in Cincinnati.
No. This year.
No. I'm just saying for the record.
That's fair.
It wasn't a good team last year.
Yes, that's true.
And we walked into Cincinnati and beat them with Jacoby. All right. As a 9-2 team, gonna have to face. I'm pretty sure we played them in Foxborough. At that, I'm thankful. I'm thankful. Marquise could light us up for 200 yards. Joe Flacco. Yo, you know what's the biggest thing to worry about?
Yeah.
You know who was a full participant in practice today?
Joe Burrow.
I don't want to see that.
Are you worried that Drake May hasn't thrown for 300 yards yet this season? People are saying that, not me.
Who leads the NFL in passing yards?
Have you guys had a bye?
Can you answer the question?
Drake May.
That answer is yours. Why would I be worried? He leads the NFL in passing.
No, I'm asking the hard hitting questions, and you're the resident Patriot
And
fan.
I'm telling you why
Yeah.
would I be worried if he leads the NFL in passing yards per game.
Mm-hmm.
He does.
Yeah, no, I know he does. Yeah. Speaking of quarterbacks, let's talk about mine. Tyrod Taylor gets the starting job. I'll say this. I'm not the fondest of Aaron Glenn. I like how he hates the media. Because I hate the media. And I like how he goes after the media and he just doesn't give a fuck. And honestly, maybe not the best head coach, but I could appreciate that. Him like not giving a fuck and going up to the podium and be like, yeah, I don't know who's starting this week. Ask your boy Rich. But I like that. I could respect that. So honestly, I think it's the right move. I've been supporting Justin Fields since Ohio State. I think it was hard to bench him when we won 2 in a row, but it's the right move. Tyrod Taylor is the better quarterback. So I understand the move, and I think it would have came earlier if we didn't win 2 games in a row prior to facing you guys. So I understand it. I'm glad that they're making the move, and I think Justin Fields is a good guy, like as a person individually, but you just can't keep sticking with the same thing. It's, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different outcome. We're not getting a different outcome with Justin Fields. And like I said, I think the guy's a really good guy off the field, but he's just not a starting quarterback in the NFL, and that it is what it is.
One thing is for sure, the Jets can never be accused of a team that tanks. Because in my opinion, they're making the right move, putting Tyrod Taylor as the starting quarterback. Some people could say this has been a long time coming, though. It's been a long time coming. I think you're absolutely right. Long story short, I think Tyrod Taylor is definitely the better option at quarterback right now. Is Justin Fields ceiling higher? Absolutely. But what has he done? I understand they won 2 games in a row, but offensively, they've been struggling. He hasn't been moving the ball. He had about 56 passing yards the other day. Couple weeks ago, he only had less than 20 passing. The offense had negative passing yards. So I think the experiment is just over with, Dill. Is he a talented player? Absolutely. Did the Jets get the best out of him? Absolutely not. Clearly. So I think for the remainder of the season, Tyrod should be the starting quarterback, barring injury. I think, like I said, I think Justin Fields is a talented player. It's just if I'm Justin Fields, I'm going to Minnesota.
Everyone just go to Minnesota.
And then you're gonna go somewhere and win 8 games.
Yeah. No, it's the right move. I agree. I think you just can't do that. You just can't keep doing the same thing over and over and then, be like, hey, you know what? We tried. Shout out him. He got paid, though.
Yeah, y'all gave him, 2 years?
$40 million.
Good for him.
Yeah, so Tyrod Taylor will be the starter this Sunday when I go and see them versus the Ravens. Watch out. I'm just kidding. Speaking of quarterbacks, it was uncertain when we recorded on Sunday whether he would be out long term. Well, Michael Penix, you're done. Season-ending injury. He is going to have surgery on his ACL in his left knee. Here comes Kirk Cousins. You're going to earn that money now. I mean, they're done too. It's just unfortunate because I think this team has a lot of talent. Top 5 running back in Bijan Robinson. They had a good draft, drafting some young pass rushers. Drake London, when healthy, is a top 10 receiver. He's proved it. He's a little banged up right now, but they got some talent, and it's just unfortunate. I think Raheem Morris is on his way out as well, but yeah, and I guess any takeaway from Michael Penix season ending, I don't think he's good.
Not for nothing, was Michael Penix, did he have a good season? No. Did he have some moments? Yes. The only time I took his over this year, he went under. So kind of have a bad taste with me, but I think Michael Penix has potential, but isn't this his 3rd ACL surgery? I think he had
dating back to college. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's interesting to see how well he comes back and what he is when he comes back. I hope he makes a speedy recovery. But if I'm the Atlanta Falcons, I gave Kirk Cousins $160 million. Ended up being a backup quarterback. I took a huge risk taking, I think, eighth overall, right? Wasn't it eighth overall? So
Yeah, he
it was
was eighth overall.
Michael Penix Jr. Now, with all this talent on the offensive side, like you said, B. John Robinson, Drake London, Hayden Mullen, Kyle Pitts, you might be in the position once again needing to find a quarterback just after 2 seasons after paying Kirk Cousins and also drafting a quarterback in the top 10. So if I'm the Atlanta Falcons, it's definitely gonna be some firings coming up this offseason.
Yeah.
Y'all put yourselves in this situation.
They gotta blow it up. You just admit you took a swing 8 overall. You thought the guy was good. Like Elvis said, I agree. He had some good moments. Overall, he's just not a good quarterback, and you got to just take it on the chin.
He's not the future. He's not the future. He's not the future.
All right, well then I'll say he's not a good quarterback, because if he was and you saw some things, you would believe in him. They don't believe in him. I think they got to restart. They're in a tough situation, but I agree. I think some firings are coming this offseason. And then lastly, everything's being blown up. Cam Scatterboo on Monday Night Raw. We saw him with his offensive lineman. He was next to Andrew Schultz, the comedian, as well. He pushed Dirty Dom Mysterio, and they had the little scripted scene that they did. Why the fuck is it such a big deal? I understand he had a gruesome injury like 3 weeks ago. Do you want the guy to just stay in his house and never leave? You guys just want him to not have fun? I think it's a little blown out of proportion. He was having some fun. I'm okay with it. I appreciate him being him. He was smart about it. And just be you. I don't want him to be some fake guy that he's not. He grew up being a fan of the WWE like yourself and me, and he got a great opportunity to be involved in a scripted thing. No one got hurt, and that was it. Let him have fun with it. It was a 2-minute scripted scene in the WWE on Monday Night Raw. It was probably the happiest he's been since his surgery. You're gonna rob the kid of that. And for all the people like, oh, you're an idiot, what are you doing? He's a fucking kid. I was listening to sports radio on the way to work on Tuesday and today, and everyone just has something negative, and I just think they're all losers because they're all 50, 60-year-old losers who don't watch the WWE and who just want this kid and their old man takes to stay in his home and not do a fucking thing. That shit just pissed me off, but that's my 2 cents. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think people, in the media, online, it's just blowing their way out of proportion. These new, I'm gonna just say the younger generation, they're gonna be outside. Injury or not. We saw Malik Neighbors, not to throw anybody under the bus, but we saw Malik Neighbors. I think a couple, not even in surgery yet, before ACL surgery at the NBA YoungBoy concert in New York. He was there. Gave him his jersey. What's the issue? These guys that want to live their life. They want to enjoy experiences. WWE came to New York. Trust me, I saw the damn trailers.
Yeah.
My name back all the way up. They were at the Garden. Trust me. So, am I mad that an injured player was, front row at a WWE and got into it? We all know it's scripted. You think they're gonna put him in Harden's way, and he's recovering.
Yeah.
Not gonna see the field till next August come preseason. So what's the big whoop?
Yeah.
I just did, but at the end of the day, though, some things you just can't change their perspective for some people.
Yeah.
They want to stay home and be miserable. That's what they want.
And then lastly, in the NBA, did you hear the guy get into the verbal altercation with Draymond Green?
Yeah, he kept calling him
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese.
Which is funny. Credit that's funny. And because I think Draymond Green went up for a layup, missed, and he got 2 or 3 me bounds. By the way, when she trademarked that, so smart.
Yeah, not for nothing. Smart of her. Not for nothing. Is Draymond Green wrong? Absolutely not. But
it's a little soft. I love Draymond, but that's a little soft.
I'm not gonna say it's a little soft because at the end of the day, from Draymond's perspective, this is what he said.
Yeah.
For the people that don't know, I don't want to misquote him, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get majority of it right. He said, "I got 3 daughters
And one on the way.
3 kids, and I got one on the way. Don't be calling me no woman, bro." I respect that. I think he said he has 3 daughters.
Yeah.
With one on the way. Don't be calling me no woman. And not for nothing. It is, and Draymond said, it's one thing if you say it once, aha, it's funny. But if you keep saying it for like a couple minutes, as a man, somebody's gonna eventually step up to you.
Yeah.
Draymond Green, Russell Westbrook, they ain't shy of pointing you on the stand like, yo, watch your mouth.
The guy was pretty big. Did you see him? He was taller than Draymond.
Yeah, but at the end, that's Draymond.
No, I know. And I love Draymond. I loved him back when he was Michigan State.
Yeah, Draymond. We saw Draymond put Rudy, who's half a foot taller than him, in the choke.
That's legendary.
Yeah. So trust me, Draymond Green got nothing to worry about. But
I just think it's funny because obviously you're a guy, Draymond. We all know that. I just thought it was funny with the whole Angel. I love when the guy came out the next day and told his side and was just like, hey, listen, I didn't say anything vulgar. I called him Angel Reese a few times. And then he goes, trust me, nothing I said was warranted for me to get kicked out. I've been kicked out of plenty of games. So he knows where the line is. Which I kind of respect the guy for, because I'm like, okay, he gets kicked out of games.
The fact that he knew, he was like, I didn't say anything vulgar. Like, he knows.
He knows the line.
Knows the lines. Like, I call him Angela Reese.
Yo, that's funny. Even Draymond was like, all right, that's funny.
No, Draymond said it. It's funny. But it's thing to do it for like 5.
Oh, I thought that was one of the fun. I'm not following the NBA this season, just that, and the Detroit Pistons just can't lose. But I thought that was fucking hilarious. I was like, I gotta tell Elvis this. But all right, okay, let's get to it. Before we get into our power rankings, a quick word from our sponsor. We're brought to you each and every episode by Viva Tequila Seltzer, the most refreshing hard seltzer on the market, hands down. It is no wonder why Viva was voted #1 hard seltzer in the world by San Francisco World Spirit Competition, with only 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and a light 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebration, as it was created with that active lifestyle in mind. We flavor tequila seltzer because flavor is the spice of life, and we like our drinks with just a kick, just like how we like our lives. Whether it's Huckleberry playing around a golf with the boys or an elderberry watching Thursday Night Football, it doesn't matter. Our favorites pair perfectly with that Artisanal Blanco tequila for that subtle and refreshing drink. Our belief here at the Dream Wager and at Viva is to live long, live well, and live it up. Kid, I am very interested to see where our Week 11 power rankings go.
I'm not gonna lie, Dill. This week was a little interesting.
Really?
When it comes down, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you right now. My number 10 could have easily been number 12, number 11, but I was like, I'm gonna roll with it, Dill. And you know what? Maybe in a few days I'll regret it, but as of today, I'm confident in it.
All right. I kind of want to lead this week off because I like my list, and we'll start at number 10. I know people, maybe they'll have it. I know I'm kind of wishy-washy on this team. I guess it all depends on, the coach, Matt LaFleur. Give me the Green Bay Packers at number 10.
Wow.
I think he's under pressure. I really do. He has 1 year left on his contract, and I don't think their seats are quite hot, but they have a new president, Ed Pulsey, and I think the standard in Green Bay is playoffs, championships. Like, they need to win, and he is a winner. His record in Green Bay is 73-36, but half of those came with the first 3 seasons when Aaron Rodgers was there, and when Aaron Rodgers left, the Packers have only won one playoff game with Jordan Love. I still don't trust Jordan Love. The defense, I think, at times looks good. I don't like the special teams that much. Jordan Love it's always on his back foot, and he just always lobs it. He never steps into a throw and just throws it. I worry about the injury to Josh Jacobs. We'll see how long he's out for. I worry about this team, but I'm going to trust Matt LaFleur. I got them at number 10.
At number 10, I'm going to go. I took the top of the AFC North. Give me the Bears.
Wow.
Chicago. Wow. There's a couple teams, I could have put it at 10. Do I wanted to stay down with the Chargers still? They got humiliated in Jacksonville. I almost put Jacksonville in there. But do I trust Trevor Lawrence in that offense week by week? Absolutely not. I'll tell you, there's one team who's been steady, keeping on, winning, nipping tough games at home, on the road, game-winning field goal here, defensive stop here. I think it's the Chicago Bears of Ben Johnson, though. On top of the AFC North right now, I think they earned the number 10 spot in my list, in my opinion. Caleb Williams has been looking good. The running game with DeAndre Swift and Munaki has been pretty damn well. And not for nothing, even though one and the other has a down game, Duze and DJ Moore has been pretty solid, not for nothing. If Loveland keeps emerging and being more impactful throughout these weeks, so I think the Bears have a shot to win the North. For now, give me the Bears at number 10.
I am very shocked the Bears are in your top 10.
Me too.
They have not beaten a good team. So that worries me a little. And when looking at the Bears, all of their advanced metrics, everything is in the red. So can they sustain it? Maybe. I don't know. That worries me a little bit. Wow, I'm shocked, and it's the first one. Let's go to number 9. Give me the San Francisco 49ers. 7-4. Good win. Brock Purdy looks good. I think biggest pressure, Jawan Jennings, got off to a slow start. He was dealing with that contract dispute. He has a number of injuries. He didn't get that long-term deal, he thought, but ultimately he settled. He has some incentives on his contract. But he recently has come together, but 32 catches, 378 yards, 3 touchdowns. I just don't know if that's enough. They need a little more offense. George Kittle came back. He looks good. I think Brock Purdy looks good in that first game. It was against the Cardinals, so I do want to see it, but I want to see how their defense plays against better teams because they're riddled with injuries. I think Robert Salah is doing a good job with what he has in front of him, but I think the offense is going to be good under Kyle Shanahan no matter who's out there. I worry about the defense a little bit, but I do think they're a top 10 team. Give me the 49ers at number 9.
At number 9, give me the Tampa Bay Bucks. I think they gave the Buffalo Bills everything they had. It was just a tough loss. And not for nothing, Tampa Bay Bucks have a tough 3-game stretch. They played the Patriots last week, Buffalo this week. I think they play the Rams, if I'm not mistaken, this week as well. So tough stretch for the Tampa Bay Bucks. I think right now, another team that's dealing with a lot of injuries. But I still got faith in this team. I think Bucky Irving returns this week as well. Chris Godwin, hopefully he plays. But I still like this Bucs team. I'm still confident in them. Still first place in the South. It's just, can they overcome this tough schedule? It's going to be interesting what they could do last week. But I'm not going to, bump them out of my top 10 just because they've been competitive against very good teams. They've at least been competitive. So for now, give me the Bucs at 9.
I want to congratulate Stephon Diggs. They just had their baby wrapped in Patriots gear early. Wow.
Good.
Yeah, good. Right for you, motherfucker. At number 8, tough loss, but I agree with what you were saying earlier. Detroit Lions at number 8. It was a tough loss. I want to see how they moving forward with the play calling. John Morton, the offensive play caller, he was stripped of his play calling duties after they lost to the Vikings. Dan Campbell said, you know what? No more of this. I'm going to take the helm. They still lead the NFL with 33 points per game. Or no, they did, with Ben Johnson. And, Morton, he was given a tall order following Ben Johnson, but, I want to see how Campbell calls this offense moving forward. I talked about the aggressiveness every fourth down. I want to see if that's what they continue to do, but it's a work in progress, I think, because some weeks we're like, damn, this offense looks amazing. And then some weeks like on Sunday, we're like, they left a lot on the field, I thought. I think the defense is coming together, but I worry about the offense just a little bit. I want to see how it does moving forward. But I got the Lions at number 8.
At number 8, give me the Detroit Lions. I think this Sunday night shows a lot. I think it proved. I'm not gonna say it proved, but it brings a lot of people like, oh, can Jared Goff win on these tough games on the road in the cold? Who else to step up if Elmos has a quiet night? Is Sam Laporta really that guy? Can Jameis Winston be him every now and then? Can the offense be the same if they slow down the running game with Sonic and Knuckles? And they struggled on Sunday night, though. Defensively, to me, they're looking pretty damn great defensively. It's just offensively, which version are we going to get? Is it going to be a team that averages 30-plus points for the first 5-6 games of the season? Or is it going to be a team we saw 2 out of the last 3 weeks against Minnesota and against the Eagles? So I think they'll be just fine. I think they'll figure it out before come playoff time. But if you look right now, the Detroit Lions are on the outside looking in of the playoff picture. I think they'll be just fine. For now, give me the Detroit Lions at number 8.
At number 7, give me the Seattle Seahawks. Tough loss. I had to bump them down just a little bit, but I think the person who's under the most pressure is Sam Darnold. Every time a good team or big-time game comes, sometimes it just looks like it's a little too much for him. I think the defense, if you took anything out of that Rams game, it's how good the Seattle defense is. I mean, keeping them within 2 points, and he threw 4 interceptions. That says all you need to know. I like the run game. JSN is the best receiver in football right now. We got to see Sam Darnold prove us wrong in these big games. I'm a Sam Darnold guy. I want to see him do well. He has to show it to me. Actions speak louder than words. He has to prove it to me. Last year, when it came down to it, last 2 weeks did not look good. Big game last week against the Rams did not look good. I worry about Sam Darnold from time to time, but they are still a really good team. I think they're only going to go as far as Sam Darnold could take them. Give me the Seahawks at number 7.
At number 7, give me the Buffalo Bills. Impressive win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. My only worry, or you could say question about the Buffalo Bills is when Josh Allen is not able to be Superman, who else could step up for them? On the outside. I think James Cook and Josh Allen are 2 great players. There's no doubt about it. But who on the outside, especially now with Kincaid being out with the injury, who on the outside is going to step up? It was the kid Schaefer's. He had himself a good game. But week in and week out, who could he count on? That's my biggest question mark with the Buffalo Bills right now. For now, give me the Buffalo Bills at 7.
At number 6, give me the Buffalo Bills. I think you said it perfectly. If I like this team, I think the defense is coming together a little bit, but if Josh Allen cannot be Superman and put the team on his back, how does this team win? I worry about them. I worry about Keon Coleman. He was like the 33rd pick in the 2024 draft. He was a healthy scratch last week. He was late to a meeting. Sometimes you just need to grow up, I think. And I don't think, after even being benched, I don't even think he's that good. Wait till the props segment. I just don't think he's good. 24 receptions. He's only averaging 27 receiving yards per game. He has 2 touchdowns. He's not good. And I think they need a number 1, which is, we go back to it, but I'm really surprised they didn't go out and get anyone at the deadline. But if they stop Josh Allen and he's not Superman, this team has a tough time winning these games. But they're a good. It was funny. I saw someone said against Tampa Bay, Josh Allen showed us why he will win MVP and why they will never win a Super Bowl. And I was like, yo, that is exactly it. Yeah. He's gonna win the MVP because he's God. He has God-given talent. but they're not good complete as a team. There are better teams out there.
I agree with that. Great statement. Whoever said that. At number 6, give me the Seattle Seahawks. Had to bump them down. Almost kept them in my top 5, but I just couldn't. For how bad Sammy D played, the offense struggled, but not for that. The defense looked amazing. Even with those 4 turnovers, putting the Rams constantly in great field position, only giving up 21 points on the road. I think that was a great defensive game plan. Not for nothing. For the situations they were put in. Even in the first touchdown they scored, it took. They went for around fourth and goal at the 1 just to be able to score that touchdown. So I think Seattle will be just fine. I think the biggest question mark, like you said earlier, is Sammy D. If Sammy D plays above average football, if put it this, if he would have threw 2 interceptions instead of 4, they win this game. No doubt about it, they win this game. So I think Seattle will be just fine. I think if Sammy D just cleans it up just a little bit, they might be destined. That's how good I think this team is. It's just, can Sammy D live up to it? Can he be that guy? That's the biggest question. Give me the Seattle Seahawks at number 6.
At number 5, we are in the top 5. Give me the Denver Broncos on an 8-game winning streak. They have tied with the best record in the league right now. 9-2. They just beat the Chiefs. It was their Super Bowl. I'm a believer. I think we both are here on this pod. But I think the offense hasn't kept pace with the defense. The defense is fucking fantastic. It has been for the last 2 seasons now. But if the offense can't keep up the pace and they continue to have these slow starts and they break out in the fourth quarter, I think a lot of eyes are going to be on Sean Payton and his play calling. I think Bo Nix had a much better game against the Chiefs than he did the few before that one. I think Bo Nix is good. He's definitely regressed. I don't know if I want to say regressed. He's having a lesser year than he did his rookie year. I'll say that. I don't want to say he regressed. But I think it goes to the play calling. And I think a lot of eyes are going to be on Sean Payton and not just the end of the regular season, but how they play in the postseason. Are they going to be on the road? How's Bo Nix and this offense going to do on the road? Defense travels. If they don't get home field, how is this offense going to do in the playoffs if they're not in Mile High Stadium? I worry about that a little bit, but you can't doubt them right now. They've won 8 in a row. They're 9-2. Give me the Broncos at number 5.
At number 5, I couldn't move this team out of the top 5, but give me the Indianapolis Colts. Coming off a bye week, not for none, adding Sauce Gardner, Jonathan Taylor, playing like an MVP caliber player. He should be the front runner for the Offensive Player of the Year. Danny Dimes should be the front runner for the Comeback Player of the Year. Dill, this Colts team is for real. Now, can they put it all together and finish the season strong and make a playoff push? That's going to be the question. Is the first half of the season was a fluke for Danny Dimes, or is this really the Danny Dimes we got moving forward? So I got faith in this Colts team. Don't get me wrong. Do I think they're a top 2, top 3 team in the AFC? No. But do I think they're a very good team? I do, Dill. For now, give me the Colts at 5.
Sorry, I was on mute and I was reading a quote. I don't know what you heard. Did you see what Cam Newton said? He said the Patriots are fool's gold because of their schedule. And they asked Drake May about it. I love this kid. I hate that I love him. Drake May responds and goes, I don't even know what show he's on.
Yeah.
Any response to Cam Newton?
Cam Newton knows ball. Are we benefiting from a weak schedule? Absolutely. Absolutely. I think there's no denying that. But when we play these, let's just say, lesser teams, do we not take care of business?
You
Did
do.
We beat Tampa Bay Bucks in Tampa? Did we not beat Buffalo in Buffalo? Hey, who's on our schedule? Yeah. I would love to play the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's a last place schedule.
I would love to play the Indianapolis Colts. I would love to play the Pittsburgh Steelers again. Dylan was there in Foxborough.
Yeah.
He'll tell you front and center who was the better team in his opinion. I understand we lost the game, but who looked better?
You'll get your chance in the postseason. Don't worry, you're gonna get your chance.
All I'm gonna say is, I think there's no doubt from right now, second year coming in, Drake May is having one hell of a season. And
If you did the draft over, would you take Drake May 1? I think you switch it. I would still take Jaden Daniels above him, but I think Caleb is now 3, and I would take Drake May 2.
We're gonna play this for what, week 12, week 11 of the NFL season this year. It's hard to deny it, but I would still say 1, 2, and 3. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May.
We got our boy Phil in the chat. Drake May for MVP.
Damn right. I think Chicago got who they wanted.
Yeah.
The Commanders got who they wanted. And I think the Patriots
they did.
Got who they wanted, and I think the Patriots are very happy of who they got. So as a Patriots fan, I'm happy. I love the answer by Drake May. But Cam Newton knows ball. He absolutely is right. But we'll see come playoff time.
I love it. All right, back to the power rankings. For number 4, they were on their bye. I couldn't move them really. Give me the Indianapolis Colts. Think who's under a lot of pressure? Sauce Gardner. That was one of the things that needed to be fixed. Is one of the areas is their secondary. They go out, they give a big haul for this guy. 2 first-rounders, Adrian Mitchell as well. And it naturally just puts a spotlight on him. It raises expectation for his performance. And, I think he was good against the Falcons in Berlin. But, this week against Kansas City, probably their Super Bowl, I guess probably Kansas City's biggest game of their dynasty. If they lose, they're not making the playoffs.
It'll be tough.
Math is math. We're going to go back to that. But I think Sauce is under a lot of pressure here. We're going to see how they do. I'm very interested. That's a very good game this week. But yeah, I couldn't move them or put them down. Give me the Colts at number 4.
I had to move this team up a lot of spots because they proved me wrong. Give me the Denver Broncos at number 4, Dill. I think Bo Nix showed a lot, against the Kansas City Chiefs. When the Kansas City Chiefs really needed the game, some people say it was a must-win situation. Being, 4-point favorites, 3.5-point favorites, the Denver Broncos just showed everybody they're for real. They're contenders still. And for now, I'm not going to say I hate that I was right, but Dill, what did I say come preseason? Who was my dark horse? It was the Denver Broncos. I seen it coming. I saw the potential. I didn't think they'll be 9-2. I didn't think they'll win 8 straight games. Don't get me wrong. Does the offense still worry me? I think they still have to answer some questions still. But one of the questions they answered is they could beat a very good team when needed, and they could score some points in the first half. In my opinion, they still didn't score enough points. But the fact that you were able to beat a divisional rival when they needed the game the most after a bye week, I think the Denver Broncos are for real deal. Might be contenders. Give me the Broncos at 4.
At number 3, the team in New England, the New England Patriots. I got to put them up there. They're 9-2.
Damn right.
I got to put them up there, man. I didn't want to. It was hard for me to write it.
It'll be hard not to respect.
But I respect it. I respect Drake May is legit. He's the front runner of the MVP race right now. I think the defense is good. I think Mike Vrabel really changed the culture. Just 1 year. Look how fucking good of a coach he is. You guys hit the home run there. Not really the best receiving core, but they're just winning games. It really doesn't matter right now. And I think we talked about Milton Williams. He's actually got put on IR, so he's going to miss the next 4 games. So the injury actually was a little more serious than we thought. But I think who's under a lot of pressure right now, I talked about Milton Williams being put on IR. He has that high ankle sprain. Christian Barmore, he's arguably been one of the best defensive players on the Patriots. He's a 5-year vet, career high, 5 pressures. And I think he has to fill that void without Milton Williams. And, he was only limited to about 4 games in 2024 because of the blood clots, but he's played 64% of the defensive snaps this year. he is key, especially now since Milton Williams is on IR. But I like this defense. I do think linebackers is the weak spot, but you got good safeties, got good secondary. The front four is good. They get home without blitzing as well. That's the big thing. A lot of teams need to blitz to get pressure. They're getting pressure with just 4, and I think that just shows how good of a defense they are. So, all right, enough talking about the Patriots. Yeah, they're at 3.
I loved everything you said, though. I could have heard you talk for another 20 minutes. What could I add to that? Give me the Patriots at number 3. I think there's no denying they're a top 3 team. I think Drake May right now is playing like a top 3 quarterback, and not for nothing. You know what's another great addition? It's not even an addition, but emergence. Trevion Henderson. Could I introduce you? 5 touchdowns in 5 days.
Yep.
Trevion Henderson, I think moving forward is going to be a huge emergence in this offense. Stephon Diggs, the rookie Williams, my boy Mac Hollins, he's being a little more involved in the offense. My boy Hunter Henry. We have my boy Booty's coming back from injury this week as well. So any given Sunday, any of these guys can hurt you. It could be Trevion. It could be Diggs. It could be Hunter Henry. It could be Max Hollins. It could be Booty. That's the big wonder of our offense. But you know who's been the steady guy? Drake May. And there's no doubt that our defense has been solid. Number 1 rushing defense in all of football. I agree with you. Our linebackers might be, I'm not going to say mediocre, but definitely our weakest link of the defense. And our secondary. There are secondary, something special. Christian Gonzalez is one of the best corners in all of football.
Oh, you almost slipped there, kid.
Almost slipped there. It would have been a lie. I don't want to be telling no lies up here. So, but one thing is true. The Patriots are 9-2. They're a top 3 team, and Drake May is the favorite for MVP.
At no switch or no change here for my 1 and 2. Number 2 is going to be the Eagles. Sloppy, ugly, but a win is a win. They are 8-2. You know, I talked about the offensive coordinator with the Lions. Same thing goes here with Kevin Patullo in Philly. You know, the offense has been a disappointment. They're ranked 25th in total yards, around 300 per game. 28th in passing. That they're averaging around 184 yards per game, and they're 29th in third down conversion rate. That's around 33%. They're averaging 115 yards per game. That's middle of the pack, around 17th in the league. Compared to last year with Kellen Moore, to 100 and they were rushing 179 yards per game in 2024. That was top 5. Now, this year, they do have the best red zone offense. It's 75% conversion rate. But, you know, I worry about this offense. It's not pretty. And if their defense wasn't as good as it is, I don't know if they would be 8-2. So I do worry about the offense a little bit, but they are 8-2. And then number 1, they were my number 1 team last year. I think they proved it over last weekend when a good win against the Seahawks. It's the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, with Matthew Stafford at age 40, just doing what he's been able to do, he's right behind Drake May in the MVP conversation as well. Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, they're running the ball well. The defense is flying right now. The defense, I think, has been the story for this Rams team. So watch out. They're really good right now. And, I do think they're the most complete team in the NFL. So that's why they're at number 1.
Yeah, I got the same 2-1 deal. Give me the Philadelphia's at number 2. My biggest concern with the Eagles, just to keep it short and sweet, is the offense. And I think defensively, they have a top 10, maybe a top 5 defense. There's no doubt about it, especially when healthy. And then, right now, Lane Johnson, he's out. So maybe that's why the running game is suffering just a tad. But the passing game has been inefficient all season long. If the passing game in Jalen Hurts gets more consistent, I think the Eagles have a chance to repeat. But right now, the offense is missing something. Could be Kellen Moore. I don't know, but we'll see about the Eagles. I have them at 2 for now. They just keep winning games. And at number 1, I agree with one thing, Dale. You just said it. The Rams might just be the most complete team in football. Secondary, front four, front seven, running game, wide receivers, quarterback. Dale, this Rams team have it all. And let's not forget the boy wonder. Well, I used to call him the boy wonder, and Sean McVay. So I think the Rams have a real shot of winning the NFC West and honestly representing the NFC. It's going to be a tough task for any team. Let's not forget the team that's in the number one seed in the NFC, the team that was the most competitive last year was the Rams versus the Eagles. So
Yep.
hopefully that's another matchup come playoff time because I'll definitely be sitting my ass down to watch that one. But right now, give me the Rams at number one.
Yeah, I think our top was pretty much aligned, just a little switch here and there. And the bottom, I thought, was the most different. Usually the last few weeks we've been on it, but I'm not going to lie, kid. I'm very surprised the 49ers are not in there and the Bears are.
Dale, I'm shocked that you got the Packers in there.
Yeah, me too. I'm not going to lie.
Come on.
But they're better than the Bears.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. You saw the Packers score less than 13 points back-to-back games at home. What are you talking about? No Josh Jacobs.
They win.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Who's the starting running back this Sunday for your number 10 team? I'll wait.
Yeah, so right now it's Emmanuel Wilson. He's on my fantasy. He's good. He's obviously not Josh Jacobs, but he's good. But he's good.
Good luck.
I mean, they're second in the West. They've beaten the Lions.
Different offense without Josh Jacobs.
One thing that they have that the Bears haven't. They've beaten a team above 500.
All right, who's in the first place in the AFC North?
The Chicago Bears.
Okay. I didn't know.
But they haven't beaten anyone.
They're 7-3, though. They're beating.
It doesn't matter. They haven't beat anyone, and when they verse a team that's above 500, they're gonna lose. Mark my words.
We'll see.
Not the Packers. They beat the Lions,
and they lost. And they lost back-to-back games at home.
Yeah, to the Panthers and Eagles. That's fine. Eagles are a good team, and like you said, Panthers much better than a lot of people anticipated. But they beat the Steelers as well. So they got some wins. I think they'll be fine. And then
did they lose to the Browns?
They did lose to the Browns, yeah. On the road, but what do we say? In Cleveland, you lose to the Browns. Come on now. All right, kid. Let's get to Thursday Night Football. We will talk Texans hosting the Buffalo Bills. This line's been moving back and forth. Opened up 5.5. It jumped to 6. It's down to 5.5 again. Money's being put on both sides, which I guess I could understand. Buffalo Lane right now, current line is 5.5 for the road favorite, minus 290 on the money line, plus 235 for the Texans. Total is at 43.5. I guess, do you agree with the line movement that it keeps jumping back and forth?
Yeah, not for nothing. Just because, which version of the Buffalo Bills you're going to get in Houston, right? And then not for nothing, some people could make the case David Mills in this offense has been playing pretty damn well. And they won 2 straight games, 3 out of their last 4. Hey, you can make the case the Houston Texans are vibing. There's no doubt in my mind the Buffalo Bills should win this game, though. But let's not forget the Houston's defense is going to do everything they can to keep themselves in the game. So I think it's going to be a tough game for the Buffalo Bills going into Houston and just to run wild on them. Who's going to step up on the outside? That's going to be my biggest question. Give me the under, Dill. I'm going to go under.
Total guy this week.
Wow. I think offensively for both sides is going to be, I'm not going to say a struggle, but I think it's going to be a nip and tuck game. Like I said, I think Houston's defense is going to keep them in check, going to keep them in the game. And not for nothing, we saw Josh Allen be super big last week. 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. I don't expect them to put on that cape in just 5 days. So can that offense show up on the road? We saw the same offense lose in Miami, lose in Atlanta. I don't know if they'll lose in Houston, but I'll take the under 43.5.
Yeah, I think the Buffalo's a good teaser leg just to win outright because I do think it's going to be a low scoring game. I agree on the under, but I just think it's going to be a one possession game where at home Houston's defense is legit. And I think they might be able, like you said, if Josh Allen can't be Superman, I think they're going to be able to limit them. And that's going to go into the props because I got a lot of I think this is a prop game. So let's get into the props. Our prop segment is brought to you each and every week by Props.Cash, the best way to research your player props. Elvis and I have been using Props.Cash for over 2 years now, and it's helped us find an edge in several player prop markets on the web or in the Props.Cash app. You'll get quick visual data on player trends, matchup history, and recent performance across every major sport. Clean, reliable stats that make it easy to spot value. Plans start at just $19.99 a month, and right now you can get 25% off your first month with code DREAM25. That is DREAM25. So download the app, not now, but right now, and sign up with the monthly subscription. Use code DREAM25 when you sign up, and you'll be paying just $14.99 your first month. Level up your prop research today at Props.Cash. Elvis, I had a lot, so I guess I'll start here. All reliable, Mr. Apostrophe, Kiami Fairbairn, over 1.5 field goals made. I mean, what has this offense shown you? They'll get down there, they'll drive, and then they'll stop. I mean, he's hit this in literally 8 out of his 9 games that he's played. This is a great matchup for him in a dome. Yeah, give me over 1.5 field goals made with Fairbairn. You can get that at minus 130 too. So good price.
I love that deal because my boy Cameron Dicker is on a bye week this week, and guess who I picked up?
Fairbairn.
Fairbairn. So give me the over. I love the over.
Yep.
As well. I'm telling you on that one, Dylan. Give me Dalton Schultz over 37.5 receiving yards at minus 116. Dill, quietly, Dalton Schultz has hit this prop 5 out of the last 6 weeks. He hit it 3 straight games ever since Mills has stepped in. And I think Mills is going to find the tight end target often. So give me over 37.5. I think this number is a little short. Give me Dalton Schultz over 37.5 receiving yards.
I just want to stand corrected. He's hit this in 9 of his last 10 games. Only one game on the road in Jacksonville he didn't hit this. But yeah, Kerry Fairbairn over 1.5. I like that one as well. One that I was looking at was Keon Coleman under 15.5 longest catch. He was a healthy scratch last week. He really hasn't been productive for this Buffalo team. Now, I know, I guess the counter is he is a deep threat, but against a very good secondary in Houston, I think they're going to lock him up. I was looking at his under 24.5 receiving yards. It's come down today. It's at 22.5. Money's coming in on the under, I think for good reason. Keon Coleman is a total fade in this game for me. One that I really like as well in this game, kid, I'm going to fade Josh Allen, and I'm going to take him to throw anytime interception at minus 109. He has what 2, 4, 5, 6. He has 7 interceptions in the last 7 games. He's been careless. We saw 2 last week against Tampa Bay, against a really good secondary where he's going to be forced to throw the ball. And I don't think he's going to run all that much because he ran so much last week on a short week. I think they're going to be like, let's give it to James Cook a little bit more. That's why I kind of like James Cook over 17.5 rush attempts, because I think they're going to give him the ball a little more and say, Josh Allen, we need you for the playoffs. You ran the ball a lot last week. You got your touchdowns on a short week against a really good defense. We don't need you to take all those hits. He's going to be forced to throw it into tight coverage against a really good secondary. Josh Allen, anytime interception.
I like that one, though, just because that secondary is pretty elite, not for nothing. And he's going to be forced to pass the ball a couple times, so I like that. And the other player prop, I kind of lean. I like it. Maybe tomorrow I'll take it official, but I like James Cook anytime touchdown. Like you said, I think Josh Allen last week put the Superman cape on. He had 3 rushing. I think Buffalo is going to be like, we don't need Josh Allen having 3 rushing touchdowns at the goal line. Just give James Cook a couple of loose carries. So I like James Cook anytime touchdown at -120.
Yeah, I even see it at -110 on no free shout out, but DraftKings. But yeah, so shop around. But yeah, I like that one as well. I think James Cook will get in. But kid, that's gonna do it for Thursday night. Let's start week 12 off on fire. By the way, kid, NBA only 4 games on Thursday. Can anyone beat the Detroit Pistons?
Eventually, somebody will. What are the Pistons now? 11-2, 12-2.
Yeah, 11-2. They've won 11 in a row.
Yeah, they're not.
They're on fire.
Credit to them, man. Great credit to the Detroit. They're doing a hell of a job there. For the live listeners for tonight, I'm taking Portland as a dog. Like the +4.5 with them. I even sprinkle something on the money line after this hot start. Chicago's been struggling just a bit. Take the points with Portland and give me the Hornets -1.5 against the Pacers tonight as well. And then for tomorrow, though, no spreads are really out. I'll do like the Magic over the Clippers though, depending on the number. If it ain't too high, lay with the Magic. Kings versus Memphis. I'll probably just stay away from that game, not for nothing. Philly taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. Philly, they play back to back. It's gonna be interesting because Paul George made his debut. He's not playing tonight. Gonna see if he's gonna play tomorrow. And Joel Embiid is out as well. So it's gonna be interesting to see if those guys play tomorrow. But if those guys are also out tomorrow, we're taking the Bucks. And then 10-4, San Antonio Spurs taking on the Atlanta Hawks.
Wemby is out for a few weeks.
Wemby's out for a few weeks. I think Atlanta should be favored. If the spread ain't too high, I'll take Atlanta. I'll lay like 2.5, 3, maybe 3.5 with Atlanta on the road. Nothing more.
Real quick, kid, I know it's not baseball season, but did you see the new deal that they were able to get?
No, what?
MLB lands a new media deal. It just came out about, I want to say maybe like this afternoon around 3-4 o'clock, with NBC, Netflix, and ESPN. So NBC and Peacock, they're expected to pay around $200 million per year, while Netflix, they're rolling out $50 million per year, and MLB will receive about $750 million per year in total of the next 3 seasons. If ESPN hadn't opted out, it would have paid $1.65 billion. So NBC's getting games on for the first time in like 40 years. The All-Star game is going to be on Netflix. So
that's cool.
Yeah, Netflix is taking over.
But now I think Netflix is doing one hell of a job for getting into live sports.
Yeah, I agree.
With like, boxing events and stuff like that. Now we're seeing them with the NFL last year, getting the Christmas Day games. Now getting MLB. Next is gonna be some NBA action down the road. So
yeah.
Great. Not for that. It's good to see, especially a huge company in Netflix evolving with the times.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was only a matter, and all the old people saying, "Oh, Netflix is." What do you think? What do you think's gonna happen? Just get with the times.
Is going to keep going up.
Keep going up. Hey, I have Paramount, and I was good. I was paying like $8.99, $9.99, and now with the huge UFC deal, they sent an email last week. Inscriptions will be going up in 2026. I said, "Fuck!" I thought they forgot. So it's going up. So it's all going up. But kid, any last words? How's the car?
No,
Nothing.
Nothing. Hopefully in 2 weeks I have a solid update.
You get cold fixing it when you're outside?
No, I have a garage.
Oh, okay. But still, I mean, it seeps through. You got a little heater in there.
I'm not gonna lie, it's worse in the summer. So
okay.
You're working, so
yes, you don't mind.
That fresh air don't feel, but best believe when it's freezing out,
you feel that shit.
Yeah.
All right, kid. Well, good luck. Enjoy the games. Enjoy Thursday night football. Good luck on all your bets, and we'll see you Friday night, week 12. We got college. We got a lot. We got a lot to talk about, but enjoy the games, and we'll see you guys on Friday. Peace.